Yeah. So hi everyone. We have with us ma'am today. So ma'am, today's main agenda is talking about finance. Why finance is the number one specialization? Why everyone goes for finance? ऐसा क्या है finance में जो uh, that finance is number one, and why finance all these things? So hi guys, hi everyone. We have Lakshmi ma'am with us. Ma'am have a lot of experience in finance and is currently in VES MBA college as a finance faculty. So, ma'am, what is MBA Finance? Let's start with the first question.
Okay, so welcome and namaskar everyone for giving me an opportunity, CET King. I would like to thank you first on this and taking it forward. I'll be just going from journal to particular, and then we will look into it. So the answering to your first question, you talked about that why finance is a number one specialization. To answer this question, I would like to bring in that we all, most of the people are aware that for any business, finance is the heart. Okay, so keeping that in mind, finance is becoming a number one specialization, and that helps the leader to look into it by having a good skill set with respect to numbers, with respect to analysis, and basically, if one is having those skill set, is really helping the company to grow further. So that's the reason finance becomes a number one specialization.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
And
now, second question of yours, which is you said that why MBA in finance? So,
right,
as I already said just now, but let me just bring in another form so that that will give much better understanding to all the participants out over here. Is that when you talk about of the skill set, so one need to have a good skill set with respect to the managing the business, then planning the business out well, and also doing a better financial analysis. So basically, MBA in finance helps in that way.
okay, ma'am, I'll give my example. When I went for my MBA, I also went with the objective of fi- finance because that was everybody's choice without even knowing ki hota kya hai. And the
Mm,
first lecture we had was on accounting.
correct.
And the moment accounting started, what debit goes, what goes in, what goes out, I realized कि boss अपने बस की बात नहीं है. Being an engineer and being a Punjabi, it's very difficult for me to understand all these things. So that's where I quit. And then I realized when I started working, that finance is too much deeper than just accounting. Accounting is like a tip of the iceberg.
Correct.
So what all exactly comes as a finance ka thing? So if you want to explain me in a layman language, like I have no idea, I'm in college right now, but want to go for my MBA finance. So what all exactly is coming as a part of finance? Is it loans? Is it funding? What exactly is finance from a very layman point of view?
Okay, so finance is as first. Let us differentiate with accounting, finance with accounting. Accounting is a very minimal part of it, which is getting covered in the MBA finance. And there people get very much scared. Saying that, oh my God, I need to deal with a debit and a credit. But that is a very minimal part, and followed by that, one need to understand that how am I how am I arranging for the company the money, the funds, how much is going to be an outgo. So that understanding is very much required, and that understanding can come not through the accounting per se. It's going to come through the uh, finance. Okay, so keeping this in mind, what exactly one need to do, and most of the times there's a lot of what do you say, uh, kind of people hate finance as one of the specialization. People have a lot of apprehensions to go with finance as a specialization, but let me tell you very frankly over here, please keep it in mind that everybody needs to have some or the other perspective. Okay, when you go for an MBA, number one, and after that, the specialization. So you need to set your mind, the perspective you need to bring in, and trust me, guys, out over here, that the finance is going to be very much easy to adapt. Also, talking about our B school, we as a faculty who is coming ahead, coming forward with problem solving techniques, then also out of the box teaching, also bringing the real life experiences that helps one of a few the students those are going for the finance as a specialization. So this is one thing which one need to keep it in mind, that first take out the myth from your mind that finance is very tough and it's not my cup of tea. Please, the one who love number, finance is for them. Remember. Also, the one who is having more of analytical power and having good acumen towards the logical thinking, there the finance is really going to play a very crucial role in your career. And I would suggest this kind of acumen, those whoever are having it, they must go for finance as a specialization. I
Exactly.
hope I have answered my question, your question.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. So, ma'am, looking at the trend of like for finance, marketing, operation, IT, everything is there. But now the things are saying that uh, people are shifting, or the corporates are shifting from a typical finance role, adding in analytics into the program, this and that. So, what do you think is going to be the future? I mean, will analytics? So, let me rephrase the question: what is analytics as a part of finance? With how where analytics come as a part of finance?
Okay. So, answer to your question, I would like to bring in one very important fact which we all are aware about it directly or indirectly. So there is a lot of, and the entire financial world has currently facing a big amount of disruption. And this disruption has come just because of the introduction of the technology into the financial world. And once the technology has got introduced, then there's a lot of decision which is going to be made by the respective corporate, and the managers in the corporate is going to dependent upon on certain data. So, the data which is actually playing a very crucial role, which is getting saved in the form of a technology. And by using those technology, it helps the firm to decide upon that what would be the next strategic move for the business. And there one need to have a good understanding about the data, number one, followed by that, how am I supposed to analyze the data? So for that, one need to bring in the analytics acumen. So analytics acumen can come through different machine learning platform, so such as R as a platform, Python as a platform, where you will be bringing in your codes, coding, and all is going to take place. Followed by that, you will be once the results are out on those machine learning platform, you will be you as a manager would be sitting out. You will not be doing any coding kind of thing, but you will be sitting out to understand that what is the conclusion which the respective machine learning is giving it to us. And based on those conclusions, you will be understanding, you will be bringing in your analysis. Followed by that, you will make your own interpretation and report it to your team leader, who will be making a strategic decision to make the company's revenue grow, company's sales grow, and all those aspects. So, frankly speaking, I would tell you, trust me, all guys out over here, Vivekananda Business School is basically really helping students, those who go for finance as a specialization, uh, to go for analytics. And when they go for analytics, we offer subjects like financial modeling using Excel. Also, we give out subjects like predictive analytics by using machine learning tools such as R. And we make finance so simple over there, being an analytics as one of the area, also a normal finance as a specialization. So, also we add number of certifications to this, which helps the students to excel at par with other B school students. So that's how it's all about analytics, which we do in our respective organization. So I would prefer all the students out over here, those whoever are planning MBA in finance in their respective career, I would suggest, and I would tell them, you must know what is analytics is all about. Without that, finance would be a half cooked thing, and maybe it will give you a certain what do you say, barrier. It is going to bring certain barriers. So kindly remove those barriers and take along analytics. Anything which comes new in the field of, be it any specialization, you should always welcome those particular learnings. Yeah.
I now want to add some joke into this. Is it the fact that people choose finance because it's a office job? Like you have to sit at the table because the moment you see marketing and then you have to travel this and that, sales karna padega. So is it true that there are people who you might have seen from students via have talking to students and all? Do you feel that this is one of the reason that people go for finance because of the office job?
No, the answer would be clear no for this question. Okay. So please take out that myth from the mind of the yours, basically. Finance, somebody goes finance as a specialization. There are number of reasons behind. Number one is the one who is having a good understanding of with a number, you know. So the one who is having good understanding with a number certainly will try to look into those numbers little bit more in deeper. So talk about of any company's balance sheet, any company's annual reports. So that helps those particular candidate or a participant to look into a little bit more in detail and then understand with his or her own logic, you know. So that's one thing. Second thing is about that the mind is so analytical, and the skill set of the analysis is so good of the person. uh, by default, it makes that person to go towards the finance as a specialization. So this is the answer from my side.
Superb, superb. Thank you. Ma'am,
Yeah.
what kind of companies are coming for campus? What kind of jobs are available? So, for example, if you give your college ka example,
Yeah.
when you come to MB Finance, what kind of companies, like, for example, as a layman, for me, finance mean only banks, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, all the banks. So,
Okay.
what kind of companies are coming on campus?
So in Vivekananda Education Society Business School, we have a very good legacy, and due to which many corporates are coming to our campus. If I just name it few, that is Namura, one of the company, those who offer a specialization into finance profiles, such as analyst profile, which is a very good profile at the entry level, you know. Talking about companies like Deloitte, who provides more of a corporate finance profile, where one need to look into more with respect to taxation, audits, to some extent, reconciliation with respect to accounting, also with respect to talk about of some certain space where companies like what do you say, companies like banks who are certainly coming. Also, the NBFCs are also coming to our campus, who are recruiting in the space of budget analysis, financial reporting, and also in the profile of such as financial analyst, research analyst. So these are the respect. Even CRISIL is also planning in our campus in the coming time period to give opportunity to our students to go for a live projects, to go for internship, to go for certain workshops by having a tie-up together. You know, so this is how we are bringing in companies in our campus, and it is really doing very good.
Superb, superb. So, what about the roles offered? For example, Namura, you said analyst, analyst. So, what exactly I have to do as an analyst? If you can give me one very small example, very basic example, what exactly kind of a project might be doing, so that
Okay.
everyone can understand.
Okay, so analyst role clearly is to do some basic research of different sectorial companies. Okay, followed by that, making a report on that, and presenting it to their respective uh, leader or a next boss, whoever are there. So basically, you will be understanding good amount of annual reports of the companies, their balance sheet, their profit and loss, their cash flows, and just by doing all that, understanding all that companies under those respective sectors, you will be jotting it down, your interpretation and analysis. So that's the basic role of the analyst, initial, which is an initial profile in the finance, and a very reputed profile, basically. You know?
Superb, superb. Ma'am, is there any courses, for example, CFA is there, NISM is there? Now, there are two questions to this. Number one, should I do these courses in the college once I am during the college, this and that? Or I should do these kind of courses before I come for the college, before I join the college? Like after the exams, we have time. CAT, NMAT, CET, all the exam. After the exams, students get around 3 to 4 months ka time
Correct.
to do. So can they do that?
Yeah, so it is all depends on the kind of understanding what the candidates is having. So if they really feel that we wanted to utilize those 4 months time period before joining the MBA, so I would advise all of them to go for some basic level short term courses, maybe through the National Institute of Security Markets, that is NISM, or maybe through NSE, that is National Stock Exchange, or maybe through some a better brand company. Those are in the financial sector, such as CRISIL and all that. So basic courses, I will certainly advise you all to go before joining the MBA. But followed by that, kindly understand one very critical part over here is that uh, nowadays MBA is becoming a prerequisite. So when we say prerequisite, it's basically a corporate who will always look for a person or a manager or a future leader to be an MBA. That's for sure. Okay. So that's a prerequisite. But apart from that, what add-ons one has in his or her profile or resume, So talking about that, I have seen many ads and all coming up where corporates are saying that the prerequisite is the MBA, but we will shortlist people on the basis of their add-on certificates. So, certifications maybe with respect to NISM, with respect to giant like NSC, companies like Prison. If you add on those certifications, we're really going to leverage your resume, you getting shortlisted very soon, very fast, quick than the other, because you're differentiating yourself. That's one thing. So talking about this part, we at Vivekananda Education Society Business School is really helping our students, because you can say 20% to 10%, 10 to 20% only theory aspects is there, and the maximum what learning we are providing in the area of finance is through various workshops, conducting guest lectures, then giving people a live projects of 3 months, attaching with a subject, you know. So those things are actually helping students to get a good perspective. And then those 3 months projects we are providing with certain examination and test. They're getting certifications through the NSC. So, if I talk about which kind of those particular courses we are providing, so that's about the corporate valuations, financial modeling, so more of corporate finance. And talking about capital markets, we provide more of security markets, we provide investor advisors. All these certifications we are attaching with the subject, so that a student itself feels very enthusiastic to show interest towards the finance as a specialization and give justice to the subject. So certification helps over there out, and that has worked very well.
Superb, superb. And
And one more question you have said about the CFA.
yes,
Sorry to interrupt. So about how important is doing the other US based certifications, So US based certifications, we all know Chartered Financial Analyst, that is CFA. Then we have FRM, that is Financial Risk Manager. We have CFP, okay. And we have now many new certifications which US has launched, that is called as CLFP, that is Certified Lease Finance Professionals. So these are the very core and very important certifications, and I would advise all the candidates, those who are going to pursue finance as a specialization, the very one good thing is that you need not to go to foreign pursue education. Sitting out over here in our country itself, you can pursue educations of the US just by enrolling yourself into the certifications like CFA, FRM, followed by that CLFP, which is a very new and upcoming thing. And apart from that, that is Certified Financial Planner. So CFP, basically that is. So these are the things. So I would actually tell you all, people have a mindset to go. They say that a post MBA, I will do second MBA from the abroad. In fact, the one who do their MBA in finance, they need not to go to abroad and pursue further education. All the things are out over here. If you just leverage it out of these 3-4 US certification, you will save the cost. Also, you will get a very good promotions further in the organization.
Right. Okay, ma'am, I'm now picking up a few questions from the student. I am
Okay.
from B Pharma background. I am from biotechnology background. Can I go for MBA finance?
Of course, if you love number, why not?
Okay, superb. So there is no prior requirement ना कि आपको इंजीनियर होना चाहिए या बीकॉम होना चाहिए. There is no prior requirement for that.
No, there is no only thing that one need to have a good analytical mindset and a number crunching things which one can attract a lot. You know,
But
just
that
by looking
also
at the number, something happens to them. There are people, you know.
right. That also is online. Yeah, everything is on. There's a software for everything. You don't need to physically. It's
Yeah,
not CAT ka paper where you write solve the
yeah.
things.
So you need not to do a plus minus. Maybe in the initial profiles like analyst. Suppose if you talk about a investment banking firm, you will be doing initially the evaluation, and you need to come out with certain number. So at that point in time, some basic understanding of the financials is required, the subtraction, division, and all that, and that anyhow can be done in the Excel sheet. That's the reason we at VS Business School is giving a good and a better understanding in the financial modeling. This which is the initial thing which one need to know. And financial modeling itself helps a candidate out to do all the number crunching very well and deriving the value of the companies. You
Right. MBA finance versus CFA.
know? Okay, that's the question.
That's a question now,
Okay,
which is
so
more valuable.
see, I have initial in few of the questions I have covered this type of question, but maybe it could be indirect way. Now let me come up in a direct way that MBA finance and CFA. So you know MBA finance nowadays, as I've already told you, most of the corporate takes that as a prerequisite. That means that one need to have it. You know how you can leverage it out further and excel in your career. That is possible through these US certifications, which will help you to elevate it very fast. Number one, also to boost your career, also to boost your pay package. You know.
Right. Exactly. Okay, there are several courses in NISM, the
Yeah.
NISM certificates. So, which
Correct.
one is preferable? Or I would say, being an engineer, which one is more easy I can do, or which one is more relevant to the MBA finance? If you have experiences,
So
recommend something.
yeah, yeah. So you know what I would advise you on is if you're going for NISM, generally doesn't come up with a very basic courses, you know, which is there in the NSC. So I would advise you if you are going for before your MBA, try to go with NSC related certifications, which are very cost effective and a very base level, you know, basic level they are starting a finance. So go with that initially and followed by that in the NISM. If somebody wants to go for, I would prefer them to make yourself job ready, you know, prepared well during your MBA and post your MBA. So go for research analyst. That is a very superb module which the NISM has made it. And most of the capital market corporates are looking out for people, those who are done their MBA in finance along with NISM certifications in the area of research analyst. Followed by that, one can go for investment advisors. Okay, and followed by that, further to that, you can go for capital markets and then security markets. You know,
Superb. The next question is very interesting. That is finance now also in that much demand, because every 8 or 10 people are going for MBA in finance? I think what she's trying to say is, will there be that much role available, because
mm,
the demand supply the supply is too much. I won't
yeah.
say 8 of 10, but yes, I think 55% of the MBA prefer to do MBA finance. कितने करते हैं वो बात की बात है, but 55% of MBA, that's what, based on a survey which was done,
Uh-huh.
they prefer finance.
So, you know, I'll tell you there are number of things which, as I already told you in my initial few questions when I was answering, that there is a complete disruption in the financial world, and due to this disruption, you know, many profiles are are there in the market where you can actually excel in those particular profiles, you know. So talking about like which are those due to the disruption in the respective financial world. So one is in the area of fintech. So when if fintech, if we talk about it, the entire financial world is all talking about fintech, you know. The entire finance world itself
I'm
is
sorry to stop you here, guys. This word fintech you have to Google today. That's your homework today, because no MBA is complete without using this word. And
yeah,
the best part is nobody knows before they join the college what exactly is fintech. So please Google it. Even the information given on Wikipedia is more than sufficient for you as at this level. I'm
yeah.
so sorry, ma'am. Please carry on. Please carry on.
Yeah, so you know, fintech is one thing which one need to have a good understanding on that area. So you know, very soon, even Vivekananda Education Society Business School is coming up with a course on fintech. You know, and then I'm sure most of the students can look into that and can make their career in that area, because once you have a certification in that area, will certainly help in the corporate to stand out differently. So that is one thing. Also the profile wise, when you're talking about how much, how broad, how vast the profiles are there, so you know, frankly speaking with you all, please remember guys that there is an ocean of opportunities are available in the finance, provided if you go in a right direction, and also a focused direction. So which area do you want to go for? So I would like to bring in few more aspect over here, that which areas are there basically, you know. So talking about, there is a corporate finance, there is investment banking, there is a risk management profile, there is a wealth manager profile, there is a banking profile, talking about all that. So these are the very, and also treasury. So you know guys, these are very upcoming profile and a very demanding profile. So you know, fintech covers everything, also the credit analyst, credit managers. So these are very important profiles nowadays which are prevailing into the market. So as I said, that there is an ocean of opportunities, provided which one you wanted to go for, what makes you more towards that side basically, you know.
Superb, superb. What basics should I know about finance before I join the MBA college? Frankly
So
speaking, nothing. तुम आ जाओ तुम्हें वहाँ ट्रेनिंग मिल जाएगा. I'm sorry. What is
okay,
your answer on that?
so my answer could be like this, like you need, as I already said, that kindly surf the portal of National Stock Exchange Academy, and then you will get to know what are the especially I would like to tell you, like, what is financial market, what are the basics of corporate finance, what are the basics of risk management, what are the basics of capital markets, basics of security markets. So if you do all these basics, you know, basic is something where you will, that will give you a perspective that what goes into this area. So that much is sufficient enough to do it
Ma'am,
before
I
going.
also recommend them if they can read finance for non-financial manager.
Yes,
A
yes,
little bit more technical, but if they even if they cover the first few chapter, I think that could be a good help to everyone.
correct. But I would also save a few points. So I would like to add on. And the add-on point is like this, that in Vivekananda Education Society Business School, you know, once the candidate is taking an admission, in the initial phase itself, in the orientation period, we do provide all the students with an understanding finance for non-finance executives or finance for non-finance managers. So we do provide that thing. So one can actually take an advantage of that.
Right, 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 right. Super, super, ma'am. Thank you very much for patiently answering all of our questions. I think we
Yeah,
almost covered up all
yeah,
the main questions which were there. And thank you
yes,
very much for coming with us.
yeah,
Maybe we'll have one more session later on after things, a few more weeks. So
yeah,
we have
sure.
a series of topic we are having for marketing, finance, which we are inviting different faculties who are expert in their areas to talk like this for marketing, finance, operations, all the areas. So
Yeah,
thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
yes. Thank you very much and wish you all the best, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.